Hey, I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about how I lost 10 kilos, and I believe that's around 22 pounds. And I don't want to backtrack too far, but I just want to say that I've been a vegan for almost 7 years now. I think it's gonna be 7 years in like 3 weeks or something like that. So I was never able to lose any weight during this time up until now. But I was actually gaining weight, and that was because I was a junk food vegan. Even though I knew about all these tricks, how to lose weight, and I knew what to eat, but I never really followed it up until now. So I actually want to start to talk about my weightless journey like last spring, so a little more than 1 year ago. And I decided to start working out more and eat better because I didn't really feel that good in my body. I felt really like sluggish and I didn't really take care of myself. So I wanted to just do the best I could to take care of my body and actually implement all the knowledge I had and the things I knew about for the first time, really, because I had always, like during these 7 years, I've been eating like the main meals quite like good, but then I would always incorporate some junk food like snacks, and there's a new product on the market that I wanted to try, and there was always something like unhealthy that I was eating, so I was never able to lose any weight. But yeah, last spring I started to go to the gym, and I was eating like kind of like I do right now. So the eating part, like the type of food I was eating, that was good, but I was actually like killing myself in the gym. I went to the gym like 3 hours every single day, and that was like strength training, and also like I was walking on the treadmill for like 2 hours. And I mean, that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable to go to the gym 3 hours a day and you know, for the rest of your life. So even though I managed to lose some of the weight last spring, I didn't really do it in a sustainable way. The problem was that even though I was eating quite good, I hadn't really, you know, I wasn't listening to my hunger and fullness cues. So I was still overeating, and that's something I've been struggling with for many years. And I didn't really address that part. I was still overeating and then compensated it with, you know, very hard workouts. So I did lose some weight, but then I went to Spain as an au pair over the summer, and I didn't go to the gym or work out at all. And I started to get a bit cocky, I guess, because I was like, yeah, I've lost some weight now, and now I can start to incorporate some of the junk food again. And that was a big mistake, because of course I gained the weight back again. So, and I didn't really realize this, because when I came back home from Spain, I started to go to the gym again. So I still like worked out like 3 hours a day the whole winter, but I started to like incorporate some more like junk food, vegan junk food, and I didn't eat that much vegetables. And then in the beginning of this year, I kind of realized, because my clothes didn't really fit the same as I had, you know, in the spring and the summer. So I kind of realized that I had gained the weight back again. So this time around, this spring, I decided to give it another go, but to do it in a sustainable way. So I started to eat very healthily again, and this time I also started to just listen to my body and listen to my hunger and fullness cues and try not to overeat. So I guess I used food when I was bored, because I wanted to get those dopamine kicks from my food instead of from life. So this time I really tried to focus on school and my hobbies instead of sitting and eating. And also at the same time, as we all know, with the world pandemic we're living in right now with COVID-19, even though Sweden isn't one of the countries who has really strict rules, I decided myself not to go to the gym anymore. So I couldn't do my really hard workouts at the gym. So the only thing I could focus on was to eat really well and not to overeat. And I also started to just go on walks. And I always been loving walking, but that's more of a mental thing, because I just love to be outside and just process all my thoughts and listen to a book or a podcast. So it's not really, I'm not walking to lose weight. So the important thing with weight loss is the food that you're eating and not the workouts. Don't get me wrong, working out has so many health benefits, but when it comes to weight loss, the food is the biggest thing that's gonna help you to lose weight. As I said before, even though I was working out 3 hours a day, I couldn't lose any weight because the food I was eating. But I did do some workouts at home as well, outside of just walking. But that wasn't because I wanted to lose weight. That was more because I wanted to have a strong body and sculpt my body and feel physically strong. Okay, so let's talk about what I was eating, or still am eating. And that is a whole food plant-based diet. So I try to not eat anything that's processed, and that means I'm just eating the food in its whole form, like fruits, vegetables, starches like potatoes and rice, and legumes and beans. So I think the key factor that helped me lose the weight this time and keeping it off is to eat like a 50-50 plate. So half of the plate is vegetables, or non-starchy vegetables, and the other half is starches, like potatoes, rice, beans, and legumes. And I eat like this every single meal, and that includes breakfast. So the key really is calorie density, and you want to lower your intake of calories to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. But you don't want to starve yourself, because that's not going to be sustainable and that's not healthy. I mean, you don't want to starve yourself because that's really dangerous, and you want to have enough energy to live your life. So you really want to feel full but eat low calories. So for example, for breakfast I had some vegetables, like I cooked up some cabbage or broccoli, or made a salad, or ate some carrots, or whatever non-starchy vegetable I had at home. And the other half was my oatmeal with some fruit or berries on top. And then for lunch and dinner, lunch is always a leftover from the night before. So lunch and dinner I always had some sort of vegetable, half the plate, and the other half was potatoes or rice, beans or legumes. And I always go back for seconds and thirds. I can't really remember a meal where I didn't go back for seconds or thirds, but I always go back with the 50-50 plate. So half of it is non-starchy vegetables and the other half is starches. And that is really the key. And also to just listen to your hunger and fullness cues and don't overeat. And that's really the main thing that's going to help you to lose weight. It really is the food that you put into your mouth. And of course, as I said, working out is gonna help you in some way, but that's just a small part of it. The main thing to focus on is the food and the type of food you're eating. And yeah, I just want to say that this way of eating, I don't want to call it a diet. It is a lifestyle that I'm gonna, follow for the rest of my life, and it has changed my life. Really, it has. And I can't really recommend it enough and talk about it enough, because it really is the best thing that could ever happen to me, because that's the healthiest way of eating. And I really want to do everything to just be as healthy as I can and really take care of my body and my physical health and mental health. And this diet or lifestyle really does that, because it really gives you food freedom, and it really like calms your mind too, because before I was really like lots of my energy or like mind space was taken up by thinking about food and what I'm gonna eat next and when I'm gonna eat next and everything. But now I really feel like food freedom, and the fact that I lost the weight very effortlessly. I don't kill myself at the gym anymore, and I lost weight really easily just by implementing these, I would say, simple tips and tricks how to lose weight. And yeah, as I said, I want to talk about this so much more, and I would really love to make some more videos about this, because this is something I'm really passionate about. And since I'm studying to become a health coach, I thought that I could really, you know, tie these two things together and do like make videos where I talk more about health and food and just well-being in general. So I would love to make more videos about this topic, and please let me know if you're interested in and want to hear more about this, or if you have any questions about it. I would love to answer them. And yeah, I think that's enough for this video. I've been talking for a long time. Take care of yourself, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Hej då!